Big Power Ranger news, big Power Ranger rumors, big Power Ranger, whatever you want to call it. So I woke up to this article. It's from The Wrap, which is a kind of a respectable news source in Hollywood. It says, Jonathan E. Steinberg and Dan Schatz in talks to write, produce, and showrun live-action Power Rangers series at Disney+. Hasbro Entertainment will produce the series. This headline was everywhere. This headline was literally everywhere. And boy, let me tell you, that's all some people read. That is all some people read. And there are so many people that I saw that were like, Disney's buying Power Rangers back. Man, Disney's buying Power Rangers back. That's crazy. Power Rangers back to Disney. Guys, we're going to read this. We're going to read this article right here on stream so you can be the most informed Tokusatsu fan possible. Are you ready? Are you ready? Why are they showing Samurai? Because they just Googled Power Rangers. They just Googled Power Rangers and it popped up. All right, it says Percy Jackson and the Olympian showrunners Jonathan E. Steinberg and Dan Schatz are in talks to write, showrun, and produce a live-action Power Ranger series for Disney Plus and 20th Century TV. The Wrap has exclusively learned. Hasbro will produce this series, which will reinvent the franchise for a whole new generation of fans while delighting those who already know and love the world of Power Rangers. That's me and you. That's me and you. The 90s TV show, originally called The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, was inspired by the Japanese children's show Super Sentai. Super Sentai mentioned. Even using footage from that show, it featured 5 teenagers who gained the ability to morph into superheroes as the Power Rangers, complete with their own mech fighters. A film version of the series that starred the most of the original cast was released in 1995, with the second one in 1997. This one featured only a few of the original cast members. The series has had many different iterations throughout the past 25 years. 30 years, really. Lionsgate and Saban Film attempted to reboot Power Rangers franchise in 2017 as a gritty young adult adaptation. The film grossed only $142 million on budget, around $100 million, scraping hopes for a bigger franchise. And then this is really just the history of Hasbro and what Hasbro is doing currently. And then it says Steinberg is currently the co-creator and executive producer and showrunner of Percy Jackson and the Olympians for Disney+, along with his producing partner Schatz. It just wrapped its second season and has been renewed for a third. Other credits include the critically acclaimed series The Old Man, starring Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow for FX. Both series are produced by 20th Century Television, the Walt Disney Company, where Steinberg and Schatz have housed their production company, Quaker Moving Pictures, since 2019. And in true Power Rangers fashion, we have some more info from Jinsaku over on Twitter, resident Power Rangers leaker. He said a live-action Power Ranger series is in the works at Disney+. Jonathan E. Steinberg and Dan Schatz, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, will serve as showrunners. It'll still be produced by Hasbro, not Disney. Disney Plus will just be the platform it'll be streaming on. Think of things like Doctor Who, a full reboot, not season 31, expected to have the same tone as Disney's Percy Jackson and Goosebumps. Paramount and Hasbro were very close to coming together on a film, but Hasbro wasn't comfortable with how expensive the film would have been and chose this cheaper route. Let's pick through this a little bit. What's up, Waffle? Let's pick through this a little bit because I see your comments in chat. One of them, like Paul said, give us a King Oger redaction or Lupat. I can assure you, Disney Plus will not have a Super Sentai adaptation on it. This is going to be something wholly original, like it says, Disney Percy Jackson and the Olympians style, which is, if you haven't seen it, a very good show. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, pretty good. It will be a original reboot, like we've been hearing a bunch, but I'll tell you why I think this one has more legs. One, we have people in talks, a showrunner, writer, producer in talks to do it. We've had that before with Jonathan Entwistle, and that felt like a very big thing that I don't think anyone really thought would come into fruition because of the way Hasbro was going and the way they kept talking about the Entwistle reboot were two whole worlds apart. This was whole ass worlds apart where they're like, we're going to have this Jonathan Entwistle series that will lead to this larger thing. And Hasbro's like, yeah, we're not really doing much anymore. Hasbro's like, man, we're not really doing much. So it was very conflicting, the two things we kept hearing. This, on the other hand, is produced by Hasbro Entertainment. Is set to be on Disney Plus, which is a complete 180 from the Netflix route they were going with everything. I just want anything Power Rangers. I know, and there's a ton of people out there like that, myself included. I think this will do very well if they get it off the ground. I just watched a Powerpuff Girls trailer last week, and that's never coming out. So I'm going to need to see this on the front page of Disney Plus. And right before I click on it, that's when I'm going to believe it's real. The minute, split second before my finger presses play, that's when I'll believe this is real and is all there. But like I said, it's got some legs to it. It's on a reputable source. Nothing is official. Like it says, they're in talks. This is an exclusive like scoop and not an announcement. But I think it will do pretty well if it comes into fruition. I think the Percy Jackson guys really have an idea of how to take a pre-existing franchise and reimagine it for a new audience generation, specifically something as loved as Percy Jackson was, book-wise and even movie-wise. I know people growing up that were big fans of that movie. So I think this will do well if it gets off the ground, and I'm crossing my fingers really hard that it gets off the ground. Either do something with it or let it actually die. Quit edging us already, Power Rangers. This one I won't blame on them as much because, like I said, this is a scoop. This isn't like an official announcement. So I don't blame them so much for this one. The cursed Powerpuff Girls trailer, good thing that never got the green light. It did get the green light. They made it. It just got canceled before it even aired. I would have watched it. I'm so 50-50 on this. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why anyone would be against this. You know what I mean? Like, if you love Power Rangers is there and it's never going to change. You have those 30 years. This could be a thing that happens, could not. But, like, what's the problem with having more, you know? I think, truthfully, if Power Rangers gets super successful this way, in their own original way, then there is less reason for Hasbro or whoever to step on the necks of Sentai expanding. So not only do I think this is great for Power Rangers, I think this would be great for Super Sentai and Tokusatsu as a whole if Toei wants to go that way and actually expand a bit more. But yeah, everything I read from this is great. The showrunners I really like. Like I said, I really like Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the show. I think Disney Plus, out of all the other streaming services, kind of puts their back into the series a little bit more. I don't know, Netflix, Apple TV, Hulu, they all just kind of have some dog shit slop on them a lot. And Disney Plus doesn't have that as much. Or for the shows that it like really puts out there as like, hey, this is a show we're doing, doesn't really, you know, they sorry. They make good shows. Is what I'm trying to say. I have like something stuck in my throat. Is they make good shows. It's all because of the Disney pedigree. They can't afford to have absolute dog shit. Exactly. They don't put just anything on their streaming service.